Good morning, all the students of my video lecture and other participants. Today the theme of our lecture is infinitive and formation of the infinitive. First of all, let's define this term. What is infinitive? The infinitive is an indefinite and impersonal form of the verb that answers the question, what to do. The infinitive expresses the action without indicating the person and number. For example, to learn, to teach, to study, to travel, to speak, and others. In dictionaries, verbs are presented in the infinitive form. Formation of the infinitive. A distinctive feature of the infinitive is the particle to, which comes before the verb. I would love to go with you to the mountains, but unfortunately, I'm busy at the weekend. And so this is the translation of the sentence. However, sometimes to can be omitted. So such an infinitive is called bare infinitive. And let's consider all the causes, all the cases of the bare infinitive. For example, I have never heard you sing so well. The infinitive with the particle to is used to express the purpose and intent of an action. For example, Christina goes shopping every weekend to buy some food for her big family. Or the next example is, I came back to close the windows as we were leaving for the long vacation. After certain verbs that must be learned by heart so as not doubt when choosing the form of the infinitive. So these are the words which are used exactly with the infinitive. For example, and you have learned these words by heart. For example, agree, arrange, attempt, or other verbs which you see in the screen. After the verbs, to find out, to know, to remember, to explain, to ask, and other words. For example, she learned how to sing at the age of 4, so she is a real talent. So these are also the cases of using infinitive, but without particle to. The first case when we have to use the particle without particle to is after the modal verbs. For example, Sally can speak Portuguese fluently. So after the modal verbs, in this case, in this example, can is a modal verb, so we can't use particle to. The second case is after the verbs like let, make, see, hear, and feel. For example, they let him travel on his own. The infinitive without the particle to is used after the verbs, modal verbs, as I have said, except for the verb ought, to be able and could, have to be forced, to be due. For example, you should tell your boyfriend about your suspicions. Or, wow, you can play violin really well. Well, so here you see the modal verbs. After the verbs to let, to make, and as I have said, to see, to hear, to feel. To see, to hear, and to feel are the verbs of sense perception. That's why we have to use the infinitive without particle to. For example, I saw them cross the road. Я видел, как они перешли дорогу. I heard him apologize for being rude. So these are the words, the verbs which are connected with the verbs of sense perception, and you can't use the particle to. So after the expressions would rather, would sooner, had better, cannot buy, nothing but. For example, I'd rather go to bed than watch one more episode of this boring TV series. Okay, thank you for your attention. Our video lecture is finished.